If you're someone still relying on cold outreach in 2024 to get new clients, man, I feel bad for you. But don't worry, in today's video, I'm going to break down exactly how you can ditch cold outreach and start building out a system that gets leads coming to you interested in what you have to offer. If you're new around here, hi, my name is Alex. I help online coaches ditch organic marketing and cold outreach and build a profitable lead acquisition system using their personal brand and paid ads on Instagram. All right, guys, so I have an entire roadmap in store for today's video that I'm going to break down. But first, let's actually address some of the issues with cold outreach and why, if you're still doing this in 2024, you don't like money. Okay, so let's get straight into it. We all know cold outreach sucks. With cold outreach, you're probably reaching out to strangers inside of Facebook groups, sending cold DMs in IG, or just bothering your family members and friends. And look, as someone that has done a ton of cold outreach, which I'll talk about momentarily, I understand why you're probably doing it right now, right? You may be doing it because you invested into another mentor or coaching program that told you this is the #1 way to scale. Maybe you watched a couple free videos on the internet and they were teaching you to do cold outreach. Go find your first clients through this method. But I'm here to tell you, by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly the best way to grow and get new coaching clients that actually want to work with you and not have to be limited to just mass messaging a ton of people every day and trying to knock on people's doors to convince them why they should work with you. Now, this really sucks because chances are you're actually really good at what you do. You know you can help more people and you're confident you can make a change in these people's lives. You just need a reliable marketing strategy to actually get leads coming to you, right? Instead of you going out to leads. I want you to pause and sit down and think for a moment. Imagine the major stores out there in the world and companies out there in the world like Tesla, Walmart, Target, all these popular brands that you may know. Imagine they had to go out to their customers and convince them to come to their stores and purchase what they have to sell. They probably wouldn't be very profitable in mega companies, right? Like that's just not a way to really grow business. If you can build a desire for your offer in your market, it's just going to allow you, the business owner, to focus more on coaching, delivering your services, and just helping your students and clients get amazing results. If you do keep doing cold outreach, you're doomed to fail, right? Especially now in 2024, where there are more offers out there, there are more services out there. Your competition is probably doing better than you because they're not having to go find the prospects. The prospects are coming to them. And ultimately speaking, cold outreach is like going door to door and getting the door slammed in your face every time. You've probably dealt with this if you're doing cold outreach right now, where you're sending a ton of messages and you have a really low response rate, right? You might be sending 60 to 100 messages a day, but only getting like 5, 6, maybe if you're lucky, 10 conversations back. Of those 10 conversations, a lot of people ghost you. They don't really respond. The people that do respond and you somehow get them to book a call, they no-show you, or they get on the phone confused as to what you even have to offer. So you're trying to convince them on the sales call. And then the few, even smaller percentage of those people that do enroll with you are not the best students or clients at all. They rarely show up to your coaching calls. They're not really taking action. They, request refunds and chargebacks. So as you can see, this main issue here trickles down to other parts of your business and just makes it really, really difficult. Now, for those of you actually getting some results with cold outreach, right? Maybe you are making some money. It's not as much as you would like, but it's still paying the bills. As someone that has personally tried to scale out cold outreach, you find that your profit margins continue to decrease as you try and hire cheap VAs from the Philippines, Latin America. And I've actually done this myself, right? Like I said, I really spent a lot of time with cold outreach. I hired certain mentors, coaching programs. I learned some of the best strategies up to date, hired some high-level talent from across the world. I had like 4 or 5 different team members, all doing 100 outreach messages a day. And here's just one small example of how detailed we took this, right? We had an entire spreadsheet of thousands and thousands of leads we would scrape from Instagram, Facebook groups. We even tried TikTok as well. And as you can see here, we scrape their names, links to their social medias, their emails, the way we would contact them, who was sending the message from, did they respond to the initial message, did we follow up with them, did we reach back out to them through an outbound message. And every single month we're scraping thousands and thousands of leads from all different social media platforms just to get a very low response rate. Right? So it's very difficult, it's very tedious, and someone that took this to the next level, I'm telling you, like even then when I was making some good money with this, it just still was not scalable. We had to pay different team members. Our margins were cut very, very low. We would, get certain softwares to do a ton of cold outreach, like email softwares. It was just a nightmare. We spent more time every single day focusing on ways to get clients and leads rather than actually just delivering to them. And if you sign up to be a coach, you're probably passionate about educating your audience or teaching your students and getting them that result or that transformation. You don't really want to focus so much on marketing, right? So what if there was a way to automatically get leads coming to you, right? There is a way, and I'm going to break that down in just a moment. Okay. So if you're going to take my advanced approach with outreach, good luck. Even then, at the highest peak of outreach, we still found it to be difficult. Now I'll pause and say this, right? You're going to have some people that offer a service, a product, and they're going to tell you that cold outreach is the best way to go because you can quite literally look at the lead you want to work with. LinkedIn is notorious for cold outreach and scraping. And look, honestly, like if this was 4 or 5 years ago, sure, this is probably one of the best ways to get clients. But everyone does cold outreach now, right? Like think about that. Everyone is reaching out and everyone's getting spammed with their inbox with tons of opportunities and pitches. So now cold outreach is becoming less and less potent as it once was. It's not to say that you can't use it to grow and use it to make money, but do you want to take the easy approach to growing your business or the hard approach? Cold outreach is the hard approach, okay? So the main ultimate problem with cold outreach is that the intention factor, right? So you have no leverage when you reach out to a prospect. So there's no real desire or intentions. Their intentions aren't really high when you reach out to them. You're kind of having to play the catch-up game with them where you're having to convince them, you're having to nurture them yourself, you're having to follow up, and you're just that little annoying puppy that's chasing someone around trying to get them to pet you. That's the approach that you're taking with cold outreach. Okay, so basically you're at their mercy and you have to do everything in your power to convince them why you're a good fit. Remember, you're the expert. You're the person that can actually resolve their problems. Maybe you're reaching out into Facebook groups where, for example, let's just use fitness as an example. You might be reaching out to Facebook groups and these groups have people that are struggling with losing weight. And you can genuinely help that person lose weight. And now imagine you're now having to DM that person a ton of times to convince them why you can help resolve their problem. Even though they have a clear problem and you have a clear solution, you're still losing one of the biggest elements in this equation, which is trust, right? So this rarely ever works because you don't have their trust. You need someone's trust to invest, for them to invest with you. So in most cases, to sell anything in the world, someone needs to trust you. And building trust with cold outreach is almost impossible. Right? And it requires a lot of time, energy, and resources just to get a complete stranger to trust you on the internet through just direct messaging. Especially in 2024, where everyone has a product, the key to scaling peacefully is having 6 to 7 touch points with your audience of pure value first. Okay, and something I'd even write down on this kind of list here is that there's other elements that go wrong with cold outreach. For one, if you do this you try to scale this at a high premium amount, you run the risk of getting your account banned, right? Whatever account you're sending outreach from, your risk of just getting your account banned. Or what issue we were starting to face was a lot of our messages would go into hidden requests and people just wouldn't see our messages. Okay. You also run the risk of getting kicked out of Facebook groups, right? What if you are in a group? A lot of Facebook group owners don't like people coming in and promoting product services, right? So that's kind of just some of the main issues that you run into. And as you can see, there's not a lot of upside to cold outreach. The risk to reward ratio is very low. All right, so what can you do to actually build a system that get leads coming to you ready to buy pretty much every time? Well, before we get into that, one thing I want you to understand is this graph here, which is what we call the consumer market graph. This is just an accurate depiction of the market space right now, filled with people that have issues or looking for solutions. Most people are not problem aware or just cold, right? Meaning they aren't even aware that they have a problem, but they do have that problem. 20% of the market is problem aware, meaning they know they have a problem. They're starting to realize they have a problem. And it trickles down to now information gathering stage where 17% of people are actively looking for a solution to their problem. And then at the very top of this triangle is the 3% of people that are ready to make a purchase right now. When you're doing cold outreach, a lot of the times you're really trying to target the people here that are not so problem aware, or if they are problem aware, they're just becoming aware of that problem. What I'm going to show you using a personal brand and paid ads on Instagram is how to attract the people that are in the information gathering stage and are either ready to buy now or looking to find a solution this exact moment. So this is what we call the accelerator funnel. If you're not aware, my business is called the Digital Business Accelerator, and we help coaches accelerate their business. And the way we do this is creating short form content on Instagram and pairing that up with paid ads. Now, I'm just going on a rant talking about cold outreach. I'm also not a big fan of organic marketing either. Again, I used to use organic marketing pretty heavily in my business, and I found a better solution for getting clients consistently. The issue with organic marketing is it's not consistent, and you're kind of stuck on a content hamster wheel. If you're not posting content, you're not going to grow, you're not going to get any reach, and you're not going to make any money. But there's still an important element to organic marketing that we all love, which is the ability to connect with your audience through video. Video is king in 2024. It's the best way to connect with your audience, whether it's short form video like a reel or a TikTok, or long form video like a podcast or a YouTube video. So how can we take the elements of organic marketing and pair that up with paid ads? Well, like I just mentioned, we're going to start creating content on a personal brand where you're sharing nothing but value and information to your audience. But we're not going to rely on the organic algorithm to get us followers and views. We're going to pair that up with paid ads. And it starts off with the top of funnel. One of the first things I personally work with all my students to accomplish is to get super clear in their niche, their market message, and their offer so they know exactly who they want to work with, how they can help them, their biggest problems that they're going with or dealing with. So you can create hyper-specific messaging and an ad that speaks so closely to your target audience, it feels like you pick them out randomly through a crowd of people, which is basically what you're doing with paid ads. So we have a couple different ads that we can run, but the first one that I help most of my students start off with is just a basic follower ad. It's normally between 30 and 60 seconds. You'll post it on your profile paired with your regular content that you have in your feed. And that ad would kind of blend in with your normal profile, but it's designed to get complete strangers that don't know who you are to learn a little bit more about what you have to offer and follow you on your page on Instagram. And getting followers and running an ad like this isn't hard. Heck, I even teach you how to do it on my profile here or on my channel here on YouTube. But the secret to making this actually really work is getting really clear on the message and consistent traffic, right? So you have to make sure your ad really stands out and it's speaking to a portion of your niche that actually has money and are looking for a solution right now. The issue with this and where I see a lot of people go wrong is that they'll create an ad and it's targeting the wrong segment of their niche. And then they're starting to get a ton of followers that's just junk followers that don't actually have the money to afford what you have to offer. The secret now, once you get the followers running to your page, we're just getting the journey started. The middle of funnel is actually where you nurture the leads and get them ready to invest with you. So like I mentioned, short form content, which is SFC, is one of the best ways to nurture your audience organically. Think about it. Everyone's human element in nature is to get on Instagram or TikTok and scroll for, 20, 30 minutes, maybe for some people even an hour, just scroll through their feed. Right, whatever comes up on their page, they'll watch that for a little bit and consume that. They'll like it, comment on it. It might inspire them. It might make them laugh. It might make them realize an issue they have. If you can try to keep this process as authentic as possible, the more likely someone is to work with you. It's why we personally don't run ads to a direct VSL funnel where you opt in for name, email, phone number, and then they land on a page where you watch a 10, 20-minute video, you tell them to book a call, and then they buy on that call. I don't really like that approach with advertising right now, largely because it's very inauthentic, right? They're going to see the ad. You're going to tell them, hey, if you want to resolve this issue, opt in, watch this video, book a call, then try to close. But if you ever run ads before and try that process, you find that it's, once again, you're running back into that same issue with cold outreach where there's not enough trust built between you and the prospect. So they might book a time, but there's a great chance that they no-show you, they ghost you, or they get on the phone still confused as to what you do and offer. So we want to make sure we blend in this middle funnel to make it feel like a regular fan, right? Like that person seeing your content, they're a fan. They become a fan of who you are through an authentic, genuine funnel, right? Where you're not trying to throw a million offers at them right away, trying to get them to buy right away. Remember, they just are following you for the first time. And trust is one of those things that takes a little bit of time to build up. So short form content is one element in your stories that you post, but we also help accelerate this process with cheap retargeting ads. Retargeting ads are designed to go ahead and when someone follows or engages with your content, they're going to see you over and over again. You can do this right now. Give me a follow on Instagram, coach_AlexRob. After following me, maybe a few hours or maybe even the next day, you'll start seeing a ton of my ads pop up on your feed to nurture value, provide value, and get you more informed about what I have to offer. And then another thing that works really, really well is good sales assets. So short form content is not the only way to sell someone. The best way to sell someone and get them inundated and well informed about what you have to offer is longer form content, right? Where they can watch a 10, 15, 20-minute video from you breaking down the results you've been able to get your students information you have, and just get to see the real person, authentic person that you are. If you do a good enough job creating these assets consistently, you can drive people through a CTA or a call to action where you tell them to either send you a message, check out a free training, or even just book a call with you. We like to funnel a lot of our call to actions to a conversations inside the DMs. This is where we can qualify leads. We can provide more rapport, build more rapport with them, right? Where we can ask certain questions about where they are in their life, where they are in their business, some issues that they're having. And we'll get so much information and build so much rapport with the prospect even before we pitch a call, so we can better qualify and focus our time and attention with the leads that actually have money versus the leads that don't. The people that don't have money, we push them to a free asset that they can watch. The people that do have money and are qualified, we book them on the call. And we're basically only taking calls with people that have seen our content, well nurtured, ready to have a strategy call to help overcome their issue. And it comes down to whether they can afford working with us or not. Okay, which is the bottom of funnel, which is where they schedule in a Zoom call where you break down your offer in detail. You help them understand where they're going wrong, and how you can help them. And then you close them pretty much every time. Okay, so just a quick feedback here. So here's an example of some of the retargeting ads we like to run. I have a bunch of case studies from amazing students we've been able to work with well over 200, actually well over 300 students now, to help them set up an inbound client acquisition strategy using Instagram ads. And now we just have a keyword, right? We tell them, DM us this keyword, then we qualify the lead, and if they're a good fit, we book them on the call, and then we get them ready to roll. Right, so we're generating inbound conversations for an average about $8 to $10 per conversation, and now we're using money to buy our time back. Rather than going out there trying to send 100 messages a day, we're just going to use some money and some capital to get the leads coming to us, which ultimately allows us to buy our time back, start to build financial freedom because you're going to make more money, time freedom, right, because you're getting your time back, and eventually location freedom as well, because you'll be able to have more money, have more time, and be able to do more things you want. All with this simple system. Once it's working for you, you'll be able to accomplish amazing things, like our student Ethan here, who's an online fitness coach. For online fitness coaches, it's notorious for them to know how to go out in Facebook groups and do cold outreach. Most of the OG fitness gurus out there teach you how to do that. But we're transforming the way you grow a business. So we've helped students like Ethan scale all the way up to $20,000 a month consistently with the same exact system, including the first week of setting up ads. He spent $180 and saw a 17x return on investment. Now, I know a common question, I'll pause real quick. A common question we get all the time is, Alex, how much money do you require for ads per month? What is that budget going to look like? I tell everyone here, obviously, the more money you have, the better. But I require all my students have at least a $500 a month budget to run ads profitably. And only within about 30 days, we'll close at least 1 or 2 students. You'll make a return on investment in most cases, as long as you're doing high-ticket coaching. And then from there, we reinvest the profits back into ads, and we can go from $500 a month, then $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, and scale just like that. Okay. Another student of ours, Nick, we really helped him with the back-end systems to nurture. So he was booking a ton of appointments, but was struggling to actually get people to show up. And for the small percentage of people that did show up, they just really didn't, according to him, couldn't really afford what he had to offer, which in most cases, that's not true. If you're getting a lot of prospects telling you, I can't afford what you have to offer, in most cases, that's not really true. They're really just telling you that they don't really trust your offer enough. So we helped Nick take his exact same offer and increase it a lot, right? From $500 or $400 to, as you can see here, he's charging almost $3,000. But we've helped him build out back-end systems that nurture his audience. Now, at this stage now, you've probably seen different offers and similar strategies for running this type of funnel. One of the things that we specialize in here at the DBA is helping you build the back end of this where you can automatically nurture your leads. Leads have to be nurtured if you want them to pay you $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 for your services. Where most people in the industry isn't, where they're kind of dropping the ball and they're not going to really help you accomplish is the back end where we send automated emails, sales assets, we set up high converting retargeting ads where you're not having to lift a finger. The leads are seeing your face, they're seeing the value you have to offer, and you're not having to do anything to really nurture the leads. They come on the call pre-sold. So that's exactly what was happening for Nick here. He made $7,800 in just one day, and he's doing amazing things like closing 100% of calls simply by just getting people that see who he is, they get inundated with value, and then they come on the call ready to buy already. Another student of ours, Jeff here, he spent $421 on ads in the first week of the program, and we helped him make a $15,000 week. We helped him collect $15,000 in just 1 week, seeing a 35x return on investment, which is just insane, meaning every dollar he puts into the ads, he gets about $30, $35 back in return. And it seems unfathomable, right? Like this is just made up numbers. It's not hard when you think about it, right? You're speaking to a person with a pain. You're getting them to see the value and information you have to offer on your page with short form content on your reels. You're also getting them to see some long form content, which we teach our students how to do, create longer pieces of content to get their leads more nurtured. And then with proper follow up and messaging, you're just going to focus on eyeballing the people that actually have the money to work with you. It's that simple. I know like some people see that and like, oh, that's made up. There's no way you can do that, but it's true. Like this is a part of marketing. If done correctly, you can accomplish amazing things. Ashley here, not a big following on Instagram. So a lot of people say, do I need a massive following? Are people going to even follow me through my ads or even buy my offer if I don't have a ton of followers? Not true at all. Ashley here has about $400 followers, and she helps women that recently had a child lose weight and get back in shape. So she closed $2,000 after setting up IG ads. Natalie here, another student of ours, we helped with back-end systems, closed 11 new clients, made $34,000 in cash. So just amazing things. We have another student, his name is No. He had 50 followers, less than 50 followers on Instagram, and closed a $1,000 deal after 1 week of setting up the ads that we teach. So there's so many amazing things that we're able to accomplish here at the DBA. And if you go through this process and try setting up on your own, you can accomplish amazing things. But I always urge people to look within and realize that you can, of course, do this on your own and try to set up everything on your own. But just like everything in this world, there will be roadblocks that you won't be able to see or sniff out. And having someone guide you and help you accomplish this is the best way to save yourself time and money, because there's such a thing as opportunity cost, right? So if you enjoyed today's video, you like what I had to break down, and you want to learn more about how you can scale your coaching business without having to do cold outreach, organic marketing, or try to set this all up on your own and potentially mess up at any point, feel free to book a time in the description of this video. That call will be an enrollment call, right? We don't do free strategy calls anymore. If you're serious about making a change, you want to invest into a mentor, you have the opportunity to book in a time in the description of this video. We'll break down more about what it looks like to work with us here at the DBA. We do 4 months of coaching, and we work really closely with all our students. If you're not 100% sold and ready to work with us, I recommend going over to my Instagram, coach_AlexRob. Go ahead and look at the story highlights, see all the amazing students we've been able to help. You can swipe through all the client win sections and see literally every student we've been able to work with. And feel free to check out some more of my YouTube content, watch a few more videos, and then if you're ready, come back into this video, book a time with us, and we'll be able to sign you up on that call, get you onboarded, and help you start to launch your first set of ads within the first week or so. Okay, so with that being said, guys, thank you all for watching this video. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care.